Welcome everyone. Today I wanted to talk about owner's draw and Cardano, and you'll see where I'm going with this. I have a few notes in front of me, but I think this is very important for the longevity of a blockchain project or a longevity of a cryptocurrency. And it's this whole idea of what are the bags of the owners, or what are the bags of the C-suite of that particular company. And moving forward, I think that it's very important that IOHK branches out and pursues other projects in the future, whether that be through Atala or different things that are going to generate revenue on the side. Because what happens is when a company is so dependent on the cryptocurrency or blockchain that they're creating, as soon as everything is implemented within that cryptocurrency or within that blockchain, then we have an issue of owner's draw. So what is this idea of owner's draw? It's this whole idea that the C-suite or the CEO, CFO, CTO, all the top guys that started the project, and there are a lot of them within Cardano. You have all the top guys within IOHK, you have the top guys within Emergo, and you have the top people within the Cardano Foundation. So there are a lot of heavy bags. And if you go on adascan.net or any of the rich list wallets for Cardano, you'll see that there's a disproportionate number of very large wallets that haven't moved. And those are probably the C-suite level wallets that we're talking about here. We're going to talk about each entity quickly within Cardano and see exactly what they can do in order to ease investor fears and qualms moving into the future. Because the question of will the founders dump on us eventually or one day is a very relevant question, because they have very big bags, and chances are that it will take a lot of small-time investors in order to pick up their bags. And I think it's very encouraging that if you see the transparency within IOHK, I think IOHK is probably the most transparent entity out of the three. They have their wallet address, and no ADA has been moved since the launch of the cryptocurrency. So I don't think that that's an issue. And I think that when the time comes for either Charles or the rest of the top people, whether that be Jeremy or whoever has very large wallets within IOHK to draw out, I don't think it's going to be as significant as they need to dump everything right now, and they need to get their money right now. It's going to be maybe a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there, and it might be just staking profits. You never know. So that's very encouraging, because it's been almost 2 years and there has been not a single draw out. They have a real company that's building products, and there's no real need for them to dump all their ADA immediately. The Cardano Foundation, they were allocated almost 650 million ADA. None of that has moved either. You can see that address. IOHK over 2 billion ADA. None of that has moved. And Emergo, the last one, no one knows their wallet address. So we don't know whether or not their funds are being locked, or they're using it for projects, or using it for whatnot. We can't verify with 100% accuracy. But if any of the entities are so reliant on the project that they do not branch out and create business models outside of Cardano, or using Cardano and generating revenue outside, we're going to have an issue long term. And I don't think that's an issue with IOHK. I think that IOHK will continuously build on Cardano, build on Cardano, build on Cardano, but they'll also expand and do their own things in the future and always be integrated within the core product, but at the same time create revenue streams that allows the Cardano ecosystem to flourish. Because I think that we're going to need all three entities working symbiotically in order to achieve our goals in the future. So what do you think about owner's draw? What do you think is going to happen in the future? I saw a recent article about the Chainlink founders dumping a whole bunch of, just basically usurping a lot of the funds, the Link funds, and selling. And this is a real world concern. This is a real concern. So I don't know what you think about this. What are your thoughts? What plans do you have to hedge yourself against possible dumps in the future? And I'm not saying that they're going to happen, but market pressures, eventually people will draw out. And I want to also leave people on a note that when staking comes out, IOHKs will probably have their pools. Emergo will probably be running pools. Cardano Foundation will be running pools. I'm going to be running a pool. But I wanted to let people know, if they truly want this community to flourish long term. And I have nothing against IOHK. I have nothing against Emergo. I have nothing against the foundation. I think it's great. Their wallets are huge. So whatever pools that they create, I would recommend delegating to, if you're going to be delegating to a pool, delegate to a pool outside of the 3 entities. They have enough ADA, and there are going to be high quality pools outside. It doesn't have to be my pool, but there are going to be a lot of pools, and allocating it to the parties that are not directly affiliated with the project is going to help the project long term achieve a certain level of independence and maturity. So let me know what you think, and until the next video, thank you.